So in your interviews of musicians and producers, I think the thing you're ultimately fascinated by is the process, the recording, the production, the songwriting, the different elements of the process. So, uh, are there examples of different things that stand out to you from all the interviews you've done? And by the way, all the recording and production you've done yourself. So on the recording front, on the production front, on the songwriting process front, just things that pop into memory.
When I've interviewed the guys that are the producers, like Rick Rubin, Daniel Lanois, Brendan O'Brien, Butch Vig, the thing about producers, as opposed to people that are musicians, if you're a musician, even if you're David Gilmour, you do a record and then you tour and then you do another record, maybe years go by. But producers are working on multiple records, you know, sometimes at a time. Rick Rubin could be working on multiple records, and the variety of things that they do, you can talk to. I mean, I can talk to Rick about the Chili Peppers, and I can talk to him about Johnny Cash. I can talk to him about Tom Petty and all these records that I love. And there's just so many interesting stories that, I mean, these interviews could go on for days with Rick and the variety of records that he worked on. And there's so much knowledge to be gained, for me at least. And I think that the craft of production and recording engineering is something that is not well documented, especially since there's so few studios nowadays, where there used to be a mentorship thing where you go and you work as an assistant engineer and you work your way up. I interviewed a guy named Ken Scott that worked with the Beatles. I interviewed him at Abbey Road Studios just 2 months ago. And he started as a tape op when he was 16. He started on the Hard Day's Night record with the Beatles. And he worked his way up. And he said the first time he ever recorded an orchestra was he recorded I Am the Walrus, the orchestra part. He set up the mics, and I asked him, I said, so where was the band? Standing right behind me, the Beatles, right behind him. The guy I'm interviewing at Abbey Road recorded I Am the Walrus there. I mean, he recorded many Beatles songs. And he was 18 years old. And I can't even fathom that. They have a little cafe in the basement of Abbey Road. And I said, did the Beatles come in here? He goes, oh yeah, they come in here and get coffee. And I remember when they got 2 microwaves that, like the first microwaves in 1965, and they were amazed by them. And it's hard to imagine that I'm talking to people that worked on these historic records, but they all start with a blank tape or an empty hard drive. And then you've eventually fill them up with this music that you can never imagine it not existing, like Stairway to Heaven or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's funny, like looking back, even probably for them, just to realize they've created that magic is hard to believe.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at a blank thing and then magic comes out and you don't even understand. You don't even understand. Probably a lot of these artists don't understand where that came from. They're channeling some deeper thing.
When I interviewed Brian May, he told me, I can't remember if we talked about it on camera or not, but we talked about Bohemian Rhapsody. And at the very end, there was a thing where he was depressing his whammy bar a little bit. And it sounds like the piano is out of tune. I never noticed it before he mentioned this to me. And he said it always bothered him. And there's always something about these songs that bothers people. Even these songs,
these little things, yeah.
Right. There's always little things, and they sit and they hear it, and they're like, "Oh man, I wish I'd bent up a little higher on that or whatever."
I mean, that there's certain moments in songs that are just unlike anything else. And Bohemian Rhapsody, when Freddie Mercury is sometimes wish I've never been born at all, and then guitar comes in. I mean, there's just nothing like that.
Yeah,
that I don't even know. I mean, that whole thing, and you've done videos on it. It's an incredibly complicated composition. It's crazy that a popular rock song could be this operatic, so complicated. The other thing akin to that moment is Phil Collins with In the Air Tonight, the drum bridge.
Do.
Yeah. What is that? I can't listen. I don't. I don't understand how you can create that. What is that? Why is that so magical? Why is that so singular inside a particular song and in rock history period? Like these moments. I don't know musically, I don't understand how you create them because it might be bigger than musical, it might be cultural, all a bunch of different elements, and plus it's him filled with like, I've seen live performance, he has, like, a headset, he does just something he's like a telemarketer or something, like, this whole vibe and look to him, he doesn't look like a rock star, but he is.
Those are hooks when you think about it, right? It's like it's as much of a hook as the chorus of the song or any song. That drum thing is something that people wait for, and they air drum to it. Everybody air drums to it, and it is a hook. And those are hard to create. Those moments are really hard to create, and usually they're done by accident.
Yeah, so it's hard if you chase it, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
In your conversation with Sting, he said something about, how modern music is simpler, more minimalistic, and the bridge is gone, I think he
Yeah.
said. And he said he thought that the bridge is therapy.
Yes.
It's like a chance for you to reflect, I guess, on the verse
Right.
before the chorus comes
That's
in.
right.
It changed my view of the bridge, I suppose, the therapeutic nature of it, at least lyrically. You think he's onto something? The value of
Yes.
the bridge?
The bridge is a place, I think, where you can kind of change the frame of reference of a song.
You could probably do anything, I guess.
Lennon he would have some kind of biting lyrics like, "We can work it out." So McCartney writes "Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on going until I can't go on?" And then, but the bridge is very Lennon. "Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I've always thought that it's a crime. So I'll ask you once again." I mean, it's very, very Lennon-esque. That was really a kind of a, uh, real collaboration between the two of those.
This is where different parts of the band can clash in
Yeah.
interesting ways. I mean, the Beatles are the epitome of that. Such like each individual Beatle is a great talent in their own right.
Yes.